Hi everyone, it's Paddy here from arithmetichub.com, thanking you for choosing this video, but reminding you that whilst this is one method to solve questions like this, it's not the only method. With that being said, let's explore this concept a little bit further. Hi everyone, so today we're having a look at using the inverse for multiplication and division. Now this is a similar method to what we would use when we're doing addition and subtraction and we're working out the inverse there, because the inverse there means the same here. What the inverse means is basically we need to do the opposite operation, okay? So when we add and we're using the inverse, we need to subtract. When we multiply, we use the inverse, then we need to divide, okay? So we may need to use the inverse in questions that look like this. So 4 times something is going to give us 12 is what the question is, or something times 5 is going to give us 35. Now, when we normally have these types of questions, well, the missing information is normally in the answer, isn't it? So say, for example, if I was to have 2 times 3, 2 times 3, we have the two parts of the information in the question, but our missing number is our answer because we don't know what the answer is. It's missing. So 2 times 3 is going to give us 6. Now we found the missing answer by using the operation of multiplication to find the missing number. But here, we actually have the answer already. What we don't have is one of the missing parts of the question, okay? So what the method says is if the missing number is in the question, not the answer, then we need to do the inverse. And the inverse, we've said, means we need to do the opposite operation, okay? So here, it tells us we need to multiply. We know if we're doing the inverse to find the missing number in the question, we need to do the opposite of multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. So what we need to do is we need to divide our two parts that we have. So what we would do is we would do 12 divided by 4 to find out what this missing box is, okay? So 12 divided by 4, now I'm going to count my 4s till I get to 12. 4, 8, 12. I can see that 3 lots of 4 gives me 12. 1, 2, 3. So I know that 12 divided by 4 is going to give me 3. Let's now see if I put this in here, if this works. Because we found this out using the inverse, didn't we? We said, rather than multiplying, we're going to divide. So let's see now, if 4 times 3 is going to give us 12. Well, I can see over here, 1, 2, 3 lots of 4 makes 12. And I know from my times tables that 4 times 3 is going to give me 12. So I've done the inverse to be able to work that out. Let's check in with this question then. Something times 5 is going to give us 35. Now the missing number box has moved, and usually when the missing number box moves, that makes a little bit of a difference in the type of question that we need to do. Sometimes that changes whether we need to add or subtract when we're doing addition and subtraction. That's not the case when we're looking at this type of question here, because it's multiplication, and we know multiplication is commutative. And what that means is you can do it either way. You can do 4 times 3 gives you 12, or you can do 3 times 4 is going to give you 12. Okay, so let's have a look at this question. Something times 5 is going to give us 35. Well, again, our missing number is in our question, not in our answer. We know that the answer is going to be 35. We need to work out what was missing in the question. So we're going to do the inverse. So what I would do is I would do the opposite operation of multiplication, which is division. So I would do 35 and I would divide it by the other part of information that we've got. I'm going to divide it by 5. 35 divided by 5. Now what I can do is I can write down my times tables if I need to, or I can count up my 5s until I get to 35. Let's write them down. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay? So now what I can do is I can count up how many lots of 5 were in 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 lots of 5 made 35. So 35 divided by 5 is going to give me 7. Now what I can do to check it is I can say, right, does 7 times 5 give us 35? That's where this is really helpful because I've already written out my 5 times tables. So all I would do is I would check if this is 7 lots of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is perfect. So that means that I can tell that 7 times 5 is going to give us 35. And I've used the inverse to be able to find that out. If you found this video useful, then I would massively appreciate you liking the video and subscribing to the channel. If you want to explore more methods or practice using the method we've looked at here,
why not check out the teacher videos at arithmetichub.com. Arithmetic Hub has videos just like this on different methods, specifically targeting areas needed in Key Stage 2. There you can practice one particular skill or generate your own sets of calculations designed to challenge your understanding of all the topics covered in Years 3 to 6.